What's the business? Is Wolfpack checking in. Awesome day. Awesome developments after the final closing of day 3 in Barcelona. F1 testing for the new 2022 preseason going into the season. But before we get there, we will head to Bahrain for the next 3 days of testing. And that is going to be really interesting because teams have a lot of data that they have to compress or unpack, changes, parts to make, aero, all of this good stuff. But I'm here to specifically talk about Bottas. Bottas. You got to be careful what you ask for, my friend. I was once told the grass may be greener on the other side, but you can bet your ass the water bill is high. And you in a high-ass water bill type situation, Bottas. As you see right there, Bottas comes in last, minute 30 seconds. Who gives a fuck about the points? He's dead last. Bottas and Alfa Romeo definitely had a lot of issues in the day. You know, we can go ahead and just take a look at this real quick. And what do we see here? Right there, Bottas and them had issues for the day, okay? Now, he's optimistic. Of course he's going to be optimistic. Why? He doesn't want to look foolish. At this point in time, Alfa Romeo is not looking too hot. Along with the technical difficulties they had today with hydraulics, I believe, and the spin out, it's not looking too hot. Not to mention, Bottas had the least amount of laps out of any first seat driver, okay? Just 54 laps. I mean, if you look at the other drivers, go and look at the charts. Check out how many more laps like Lewis, Russell, Verstappen, Perez. Look at how many more laps Albon. Look at the laps that Albon accumulated. Bottas only gets 54. All right, now I know the former Mercedes driver stepped into the C42, which is going to be launched coming up this weekend, so I will be covering that as well. Completed just 54 laps, with 10 of them coming on Friday, which was today, okay? So that tells you he had 44 laps before today, and he got 10 laps in for the session today. Technical difficulties, including the spin out that they had. All right, which you can see in the slideshow just below my pane. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. We're going to have other content. I'm probably going to go live and cover all of Bahrain day 3. I may do day 1 and day 2. I'm not sure yet, but day 3, I'm probably going to do a full-out coverage the entire day, kick around with you all, do some questions, some Q&A, images as they are being released, live updated news. So if you want to be around for that, we're going to have a shit kicking fun time for that shit. With that being said, you know, despite everything he said, he's still optimistic. He got a quite bit of running. He got to do the C3 compound, didn't get to do the other compounds due to that. But this is what I want to say. With all of this going on and the things that Bottas has to handle, right? Because their shit's not together. You're dead last, and I know testing times aren't the end-all, be-all, but they are a reflection of what's going on inside the camp, what's going on fundamentally, technically, and all of this good shit, right? And it ain't going great if you're coming in dead last with testing. Let's look at something that Bottas said, which I feel like this was like a backhanded, not even a compliment. I felt like it was a compliment to backhand Lewis and to basically shortchange Russell. So basically, Bottas goes on to say that he doesn't foresee anybody beating Lewis Hamilton in the same machinery. Well, the only other person in the same machinery is Russell. Now, with Bottas saying this, right, I feel like he should shut the fuck up. I just do. I feel like he should shut the hell up. Now, before we even get to the Lewis portion of that, let's unpack this. You're basically trying to cap Russell's potential when Russell has already proven that he potentially has a better trajectory than you. Do we not all recall when Lewis had to be out for COVID protocol, Toto brought Russell up from Williams, and he outran Bottas in the machinery? Basically, if you look at that, it would be Hamilton first, Russell second, and Bottas. Your ass is a reserve driver at this point in time in that same lineup. So why you would try? I hope that Mercedes, trust me, I absolutely am a supporter of Lewis Hamilton. Trust me, he is my favorite driver. He is the GOAT. But I don't want Mercedes doing anything to handicap Russell from being the best Russell. What I would like to see is what Bottas couldn't do. Be a good team running mate, all right? So in the event that Russell doesn't have pace, what does the team need? What does Lewis need? In the event that Lewis doesn't have pace and Russell does, what does the team need? What does Russell need? And we already know Lewis is that type of guy, all right? Bottas didn't want to do that. He told Max before. He said he was going to go ahead and qualify third, stepping back instead of being in second. He did no type of defense at any point in time, and he left the back door open for Verstappen as well as other drivers. Bottas, you sucked. And now you're the alpha at Alfa Romeo with a clean rookie behind you. I don't even think you are prepared or have the characteristics to mentor a rookie coming up, let alone lead a team. I just don't. So I think Alfa Romeo might quite possibly find themselves down there with Haas and Williams. Honestly, Williams did better in testing, as you see right there. Albon hit 8. Hamilton busted it up. Now, for 3 days, for almost 2.5 days, we've been watching Hamilton sit at the bottom of these rankings, right? Thinking like, damn, what's going on? Is he sandbagging? Is he not? Is Mercedes having more trouble than they're really letting on? No. Hamilton went to Red Bull's garage, looked at their ass like, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm in the house. And he waited until he felt like it, and he busted that ass by making sure his name was at the top in the number 1 spot. Who was second? Russell was second. I'm not too... Gasly, 14, you was talking shit too about Lewis Hamilton, saying it's the car, it's not the driver. Well, was it the car that wrecked itself in testing, or was that you, Gasly? I think you wrecked the damn car, not the car wrecking itself. And Renault is still sending smoke bombs on the track in Renault fashion. And with there being a sealed regulation this season, if that's not some shit they can fix, their Alpine's looking at, BWT's looking at some harsh times ahead of them. Okay, as you see right there, Alonso, great, you belong where you are with the bullshit that you've been saying and doing. You know, we're gonna get to another video on that. Gasly, Mazepin, he could possibly have, things on his mind as well that might be going on, as we all know the political shit that's happening right now. Perez third, Verstappen fourth, Vettel fifth, Leclerc sixth. I like that lineup. Ferrari quite possibly looking like they're going to do something. But back on to Bottas. I think Bottas needs to keep his head down and in the data for Alfa Romeo and assist his team as the lead driver with performing better as Bahrain comes up. All right, that's what you need to do. You don't need to be worried about Russell. You damn sure don't need to be worried about Hamilton. You need to worry about your car, your team, and the rookie that you should be trying to assist to be a good running mate. And you need to work on being a good running mate because your ass sucked. You sucked. Okay. So with that being said, I am going to be back for the unveiling of the C42. So join me for that. Subscribe, like, because I'm going to have more content coming out as this season develops. Don't forget, Drive to Survive series will be coming out, and I'll probably do some content on that as things start unfolding, and we can unpack that and have some conversations on that. So with that being said, you know what I always say, just build it. Peace.